I still don't see the point of this exercise. Well, you sit in the tank, and the kids pay money to try and dunk you, and we raise money for charity. I understand that. What I don't understand is why they pay money for that. You're usually an authority figure, so the kids would probably like to dunk you. At which point I will be wet. Right. And then I'll climb back out of the water. Right. And I don't see what they get out of it.
Allow me to explain, Miss Hirayama.
Oh, that's right, she was a lady.
Normally, students regard teachers as having a certain gravitas or dignity by virtue of their positions. A good student would be deferential and respectful to teachers, and avoid putting a teacher in any kind of undignified situation. But in this situation, we are encouraged to put you in such a situation for a good cause. This reverses the normal power dynamic, and is a good way for students to let out feelings of frustration that naturally build with regard to teachers, through no fault of your own in most cases.
Ah, I understand now. Thank you, Yuri.
Of course, ma'am.
Although, now that I get it, I'm sort of nervous about it. But discomfort is often the price of knowledge. Do you want to be the first to throw at me, Yuri?
Actually, I don't really care to do things like that. You're actually one of my favorite teachers.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. And besides, there's someone here who's eager to be the first to throw in general, though not necessarily at you.
Oh, I suppose that's you, Natsuki. We haven't seen each other since your junior year, I think.
We sure haven't. Is this enough for 10 throws?
Yikes, Natsuki still remembers how hard Trig was.
Yep, 10 throws and here's the change.
Excellent. Yeah!
The ball ricochets harmlessly off the rim of the metal target, missing the button that dunks the teacher.
I didn't think you had that much trouble in Trig. Clearly your hanger is affecting your aim. Not all of your struggles in that class were Miss Hirayama's fault, you know.
Oh, shut up! Taunting me will not deter me! Ha!
Another miss.
Oh, come now, Natsuki. You have better hand-eye coordination than that.
I cannot be deterred!
Natsuki picks up 3 balls at once.
I don't know if that's the best idea.
Silence! This will work great! Accuracy through volume of fire! Hi-ya!
None of the balls even come close to the target.
God damn it!
You want some help? I'm usually pretty good at this sort of thing.
Monica, I want you to look me in the eyes right now. Bring it in. Are you looking?
I'm looking.
I will never, ever ask you to throw a ball for me.
4 more misses later.
Yuri, will you throw the ball for me?
Sorry, Natsuki. I don't want to dunk Miss Hirayama.
Fine. Monica, will you throw the ball for me?
I'd be delighted to.
Monica pauses for a moment to feel the weight in her hand and gauge the distance. Then she takes a throwing stance and...
Huh?
The ball lands squarely on target and Miss Hirayama falls into the water.
Sorry, Miss Hirayama. Nothing personal. Just had to help a friend.
Of course, Monica, of course. But my goodness, getting out is cold. It's starting to get really chilly at night, isn't it? Can I have a towel or something?
Yeah, why don't you go dry off? We have enough teachers signed up to volunteer here, so I think you've done your part.
Thank you.
I hope it was worth it, Natsuki. Poor Miss Hirayama.
Totally worth it. Now, what do you guys want to do? We could just stand at this booth and dunk every teacher that comes up, but you guys probably don't want to do that.
I'd like to just walk around a little bit. See how everyone looks in their festival clothes and just take in the atmosphere. Yeah, I'd be into that. Although Sayori really got my hopes up about talking about fried food earlier. So hopefully we'll be able to find some. I doubt that will be a problem around here. I can smell something hard clocking, probably not 50 feet away from us.
Well, what are we standing around for then? Adventure awaits.
It can't take too long though, it's almost time for the fireworks. Phew, we got here just in time.
Well, why did we come all the way over to the roof of the science building? Seems like we would have had a really good view just from this quad.
I think you'll like the view from here even better. Did MC and Sayori say anything about running late? It's getting awfully close to the fireworks starting. It wouldn't feel complete for us to watch it without them.
If they end up watching them alone together on some romantic grassy field under the stars, Who could blame them?
Yuri's right, though. It wouldn't feel the same without the whole club here. We've gone through so much together, and I feel like we're closer than ever after spending so much time together over the summer. I'd feel weirdly empty in a moment like this that you're supposed to spend with friends.
Sorry, everyone, we got a little tied up.
Literally?
No, not literally.
Mostly not literally. We may have made out a little, but that's not why we're a little late.
Gosh, Sayori, why'd you have to be so
So open about physical intimacy? I know, you're really shy and private about it and you get embarrassed and I'm sorry. But first of all, I really want to brag about it to my friends. Second of all, Natsuki lives on, stories like this about us and she would die if I didn't tell her.
I wouldn't literally drop dead I would literally drop dead MC. If I were deprived of the hot, sordid details of your sexy adventures with Sayori, I would wither away. And as I turned to Ash, my last whisper would be, make them kiss. You don't know how hard I worked to get to this point with you two. I need to say right now that I've reached the top of the mountain.
kinda weird since I thought I got ourselves into a committed relationship, but sure.
And then there was one more reason I like to talk about that stuff in front of everyone, MC. And that is that you're extremely cute when you get all blushy and shy. Well, glad to know that you guys have been having fun, however you've been having it. Are you too sure everything's alright? I just feel a little worried for whatever reason.
Of course we're alright. It's been a wonderful night out, and we're ready to cap it off with our friends.
Fair enough. Hey, the fireworks are starting!
But you...
Wow! You know, it's funny.
Hey, no introspection during fireworks.
It's just strange to think of us all here, enjoying this together. You know, compared to where we were 1 year ago. Or 3 years ago, real time. Whichever.
This is introspection.
I'm grateful.
Me too, it's great to have such good friends.
No, Sayori, I mean, like, I'm thankful.
Oh,
Silly bun.
I guess it is pretty weirdly cool that we're here and having fun together after all that shit.
See, Natsuki, a little introspection doesn't hurt.
You guys have infected me with it.
Well, today I want to be thankful to one person in particular. And that is Monica. Me? Yes, you. Without you and Sayori, none of us would be here. And I know you had to do so much work under such strain. But tonight is because of you. And you never give yourself credit for this. Well, I mean, I felt like it was the least I could do after everything. Like, giving you back some of what I took from you was the bare minimum, you know? So I don't feel like I deserve that much credit for it at all.
You totally do, though. It was a lot of work, and we know you were super down about it all. But you got through it.
Yes, what you did was exceptional. You always downplay it, but I know a bit of coding in our environment now. And it must have been very difficult. So, thank you for bringing back the world. You guys, you're the ones that make it fun. Us watching fireworks together right now is because you all are so nice.
Well, yeah, but we couldn't be nice if we weren't here to begin with. Right, Sayori?
Right, yeah.
You okay there? Too much introspection for you?
Yeah, I don't usually like to,
Introspect.
introspect. Well, thanks everyone. You've made it all worthwhile. Well, that's it. We got through the festival and Noah died horribly. So I guess the curse really is broken.
Are we still going to do club tomorrow?
We sure are. I signed a poem last week and everything, remember?
Yes, of course. But just to make sure that my poem, which I've definitely already written, is about the right topic, what was it again?
Autumn.
Right, good. I wrote it about the right thing then.
Of course. Hey, can we all wear our Yukatas to club tomorrow? I don't see why not. Any particular reason? Well, they're so fancy and cool looking. It seems like a waste to just wear them for one time and then put them away. Plus, they're fun to wear. I feel pretty. And I would like to see him see it as Yukata again tomorrow. Well, far be it for me to stand in the way of that. Yukata's tomorrow it is, if everyone else is okay with it. Quite in favor. I feel very elegant.
It's a bit of a hassle. But Sayori's right. If we're gonna have these fancy clothes, let's get some use out of them.
MC, what about you?
I'm okay with seeing Sayori and Yukata again tomorrow.
Alright then, I'm heading home. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all for making tonight so wonderful. Back in the club again. Feels like it's been so long since I've been here. Hopefully no one's messed with the closet during the summer. Wait, hang on a second. This is weird. It's like an echo. Is that, Hallie, are you, like, inside my head? You are, aren't you? This is so strange. Do you feel the nostalgia that I feel looking at this? Can you tell my emotional state? No, you just see words as usual. Sometimes I forget that in your own way, your experience of this world is far more limited than even mine. Hi, Monica! Oh, thank goodness, that's way less weird. Huh? Don't worry about it. Just a game thing happening. Whoa! Hi, everyone! Do you need any help setting up, Monica? Just with the emails later on when it's time. But, why aren't you wearing your yukata? I thought you wanted us all to wear them. Well, I had some trouble tying the OB again. Oh, for goodness sake, when Natsuki comes, get her to do it. And ask her to tell you how to tie it this time. I will.
Hey guys, what's up? MC not here yet?
Not yet, no.
Man, it feels really cozy to be in here again. It's good to be back. Let's do some goddamn literature.
Agreed.
Wait, Sayori, why aren't you wearing your yukata?
She needs your help tying it again.
Geez, Sayori. Okay, come with me to the girls' room.
Hello, Yuri. Hello, Monica. How was your sleep last night? Quite good, thank you. Kind of an odd question, though. Did you sleep well? Mostly. I had some weird dreams that I don't remember now. And I was tossing and turning for a little bit when I went to bed. I think I was still amped up on adrenaline from the festival. Hard to sleep with all that energy. Ah, yes. I understand completely.
Hi, ladies. Where's Sayori and Natsuki?
They went to go get Sayori into her yukata. She wanted to look pretty for you. Yes, so when she gets back, we want to hear lots of compliments from you. I suggest, as a few words for you to choose from, dazzling, gorgeous, stunning, or if you're feeling very rakish, ravishing.
You guys, stop. Plus, I think those words are more your style than mine, Yuri.
Okay, everyone, we're all here.
Yuri looks at MC expectantly. Gosh, Sayori, you look, really pretty.
Thanks, MC. Well, let's kick things off right by sharing some poems. Who wants to go first?
You guys always let me chicken out and wait until later on. I'll go first this time. Ah, yes, the poems. This mon has lots of poems. Always. Petrichor. Where I live, it doesn't rain in the summer. The sidewalks get hot and dry. That's when you get it the best, when they're parched and roasting. The first rain comes just before it gets cold, on one of the last warm days, when it's still hot. And when the rain hits the concrete, filled with a summer's spread of dirt and weeds, that's when I go for a walk. And I breathe in and smell it, as rich as it ever gets, the smell of those first few drops of rain on sidewalks, before it washes away entirely. Ah, man, typos.
Not bad at all, MC. I love poems that evoke the less thought of senses. And your poem is very evocative. I love the level of detail you put into setting the scene. It really makes me feel like I know the exact character of the smell you're describing.
I love that smell too. Me and MC always take big whiffs of it when it rains.
Yeah, but right when the summer ends all and the pavement's still really hot, that's when it's the best.
That's definitely really good then. But I especially like it when you're near a bunch of trees and grass. That way you get a mix of the wet sidewalk smell and the wet plant smell. That's my favorite. You guys care a lot about smells. They've never really made that much of an impact on me, I guess. Maybe I'm just a more visual or auditory person.
Smell is a great sense, though. It's really important for memory, I think, and probably for baking, too. For me, anyway. Anyway, I can see and hear stuff and it doesn't always jog my memory. But for some reason, if I smell a smell from 10 years ago, I know it immediately. Very strong poem, MC. The scene you said is very impressive. You're really becoming a talented poet.
Thanks, Monica. Who's next?
I'll go.
Do I want to read these in the characters' voices? I guess I might as well.
The quest. Outside in the heat, walking, sweating, shielding your eyes, climb up a step ladder, reach in. Dirty hands, wood, small cuts, messed up hair, splinters. Your arm's not long enough to reach. Almost. Finally, apples. Worms.
That's definitely a Natsuki poem. Definitely benefits from those wide spaces. I like how the poem puts us into a particular body that may not be ours. Our arms being too short, having to use a stepladder, and all that.
I like this one because it kind of plays with your expectations. Like, we all know what that a twist is coming, just from the way the poem is structured and the fact that it's Natsuki. But then she sets you up for the double twist. I love it.
This guy gets it.
It's kind of sad that after all that work, the apples have worms in them. But I guess that's life sometimes. Are you making a point or using this as a metaphor for something, or is it just apples with worms?
Just apples with worms. I guess you could read into it some big representation of how life is or whatever. But mostly I was just interested in this single thing happening.
I thought the poem was very cute. It is very much a Natsuki poem. And I don't think it necessarily needs anything deeper than the literal meaning. Here, hers is a Natsuki poem as much as mine is a Yuri poem, probably. Those from before. When the nights grow long and cold, I feel them all around, watching, listening, with a curious dispassion, with a vague, half-remembered interest, like passing a house you used to live in. They did once, but now I do.
A little short for a Yuri poem, isn't it? I know you've written short ones before, but recently you've gone really lengthy.
Do you not like the longer ones? Too boring?
I wouldn't say that necessarily. Some of them are longer than they need to be, maybe. But I don't hate a poem just because it's long. I was just saying that it's different from what you've been writing recently is all.
It does remind me a little bit of some of her former work, though. It uses very short sentences and thoughts loosely connected. And you get the feeling that there is a great profundity beneath the surface of the poem. I do like that it's very short and efficient, and still bears rereading and thought nevertheless. It's always a great goal to pack the maximum amount of literary value into the fewest words. That's Monica's writing tip of the day. I think I kinda get how this is about autumn. I'd have to think about it some more.
Wait, did she say she does get it or doesn't get it? I think I kind of get how this is about. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not sure I get it. I don't either, MC. What's this poem about, Yuri?
More important than that, MC, is what do you think it's about?
I don't really have any idea. All I get when I read it is just images, like the one of driving by the house you used to live in.
Then I would say, for you, the poem is about the feeling you have associated with that image.
I see.
Sayori, do you want to go next or shall I? I'll go. Ford. In the summer, my blanket is small. I need something over me or I don't sleep at all. Then when it gets cold, the blankets get thick. You keep warm at night or else you get sick. But when I awaken, it's hard to arise and leave my warm shield for the frosty outside. My bed is so cozy, it's like a heat fort in the frozen cold ocean, my tropical port. But eventually I have to stand and get up. My cold feet drag, chill seeps in and corrupts. I'd rather just hide in my bubble of warmth than face icy realities and dangerous storms.
So, does this poem have a deeper meaning to it?
Maybe, maybe not. Mostly I just wanted to write a poem about getting up in the morning when it's cold. But maybe other feelings seeped in. This poem is delightful, Sayori. I'm always surprised at how consistently well you write. I mean, I feel like I write good poems some of the time, but I have lots of less good ones too. But it seems like all of yours are good.
Yeah, Sayori, stop being so good at poetry, jeez. I agree with Yuri, top-notch stuff.
Another thing that's consistent, mostly about Sayori's poetry, is the tone. Do you ever try to write poems that aren't bittersweet, Sayori?
No, really, I guess. Mostly because I don't try to write them that way in the first place. I just write what I want to write, and I guess it turns out the same way a lot.
Well, I wouldn't say it's the same way. Just the way the poems make you feel is very similar. Anyway, time for me to finish our first round of poems. The Fall of Autumn. The days have fallen away like leaves, torn from their homes by wind and time. I smile sadly at the ball of a golden leaf. The next day only the stem is still there. Someone must have crushed it underfoot, but not me. Winter is death's season, but autumn is the season of dying. Nearly as bad, but people don't see it that way. They come from miles around to see the dying, the golden red beauty of fresh corpses, but not me. The leaves fall with the speed of days. My life is like a tree branch, once rich and filled and now barren and sparse. The leaves all gone, the day is spent. That's how it has to be, they say, but not me. Maybe someday beauty will only remain in life, and we will forget the sweet pain of celebrating annual extinction, inevitable suffering, and people will one day live forever in a world of infinite order and life, but not me.
Hey, it's a sad manga poem which isn't about the real world. I usually really like it when you write those. But this one I really like.
I thought you might like it, Sayori.
I do. I think it's interesting the way you see the world, Monica.
It seems kind of distressing to me. You're really upset by processes that are totally natural. Sometimes it seems to me that the only reason death seems bad to us is because we've infected it with so much human expectation. I don't think there's anything wrong with the natural world that humans have put there. Whereas I think there's very little about the natural world that can't and shouldn't be improved on.
Poem's pretty good, Monica. It has that classic Monica line repetition device. And, I think this is one of the longer ones you've ever written. But it doesn't feel like it. It goes by very quickly and easily, I guess is how I'd put it.
Yeah, it's very readable. The first line is really pretty, and it keeps reeling you in from there. And by the second verse, you're like, oh crap, Monica's going off. So the poem definitely keeps you interested.
Thanks, everyone. We didn't really plan any other activities for today, so do we just want to answer our few real-world emails?
Yay,